Right. Hi guys. So today I'm going to talk about a strategy that you can use when you run a business, or you can have a two-step forward from your rivalry. So in chapter 2 of ISP 500, which is in the subtopic of competitive advantage and strategy information system. Um, what are the strategy that you can use that we learn in ISP 500? There are two, which is Porter competitive force model and Porter value chains model. So what are this model about? So if you want to know what are this model about, hear me out. I will explain it to you by detail. Right. So what is Porter competitive force model? Porter, comp- Porter competitive force model is a strategy best known as a framework for you to analyzing competitive. Is a strategy for you to that you need to take measure, right? So there's a five thing that you need to take measure, or you need to analyze um, when you run a business. So what are the five of it? The first one is threat of new competitor. The second one is bargaining power of supplier. And then the third one is bargaining power of buyer. And then the fourth one is threat or substitute product or service. And the last one is existing firm within the industry. So what does threat of new competitor mean? So it means that you need to consider, is there any possibility of a new entrant? For example, let's say you open a business like a family mart. So in the area you are the only one. So before, after running it a few months or few years, you need to take a measure. Is there any possibility that there will be another competitive that do the same thing for you, that will compete for you in the same area? So the second one, let's move to the second one, which is bargaining power of supplier. Bargaining power of supplier, what is this? It means that if you run a business like system with the family mart, let's say for product kicap mudim. So you only have one supplier, which is, let's say, United Prima. So you only have one of the supplier of kicap Jalil. So kicap mudim, I'm sorry. So if the kicap mudim run of stock, or you need laundry, the supplier have a bargain power, so they can up the price for you to buy the kicap mudim, because you don't have any choice left to buy. You only have them as your supplier. So these are a measure that you need to overcome. So how to solve this bargaining power of supplier? So for me, if you ask, is you need to find another supplier as a backup. So by having a lot of supplier, you don't need to worry about uh, the bargaining power of supplier anymore, because if the supplier up the price of the product, you can go to the another supplier where it sell cheaper than the other suppliers. So the third one is bargaining power of buyer. So let's say in the area that you open a family mart, there only you there there only one type of family mart. So you don't your buyer doesn't have any bargaining power, because they did not have a choice to buy someone else, because you are the only one. But let's say if there is any there are two family mart in the area, so the power of buyer will have the power of bargain, because if you sell the price expensive, the buyer can bargain to you that I can buy more cheaper of this product in the others family mart. So that's what it means by bargaining power of buyer. So the first one is threat of substitute product or service. This means your product service can be substitute. For example, you run a business of chendol. So what are the substitute product of your chendol? Example, this is a substitute product is like ice kacang, and then binsu. So in order to overcome this threat or substitute product, you need to improve your product always, so that you will have a unique in it. So by that the customer will always come to you. So the last one is existing film within the industry. So before run a business or after run a business like family mart, you need to know about your surrounding. If there any threat, if there any rival that you need to compete. For example, let's say the other family mart, there are two family mart in the area, and then the other family mart. So you need to know about the others family mart. For example, do they do any COD, cash on delivery? So if not, you can improve your family mart by doing a COD, so that you have an upper hand than the others family mart. So the second one is Porter value chain model. What does Porter value chain models mean? It means a sequence of activities through organization transform their input into valuable output. For example, let's say you selling a fried chicken. So the output will be fried chicken, right? So the input will be chicken where you buy in the market, right? So in this portable value chain model, it separates into two activities, which is a primary and support activities. So each activities have their own part. So for the primary activities, it have five primary activities, which is more to manufacturing. So what are the five primary activities? The first one is inbound logistic, which is considered as input. For example, a fresh chicken that you buy from market. And then the operation like manufacturing and testing, or in the short term, converting raw material into finished product. So um, for operation, like you run a business for fried chicken, the operation will be transforming, testing if the fried chicken is cooked or not. So the third one is outbound logistics, which is storage and distribution. Then the first one is marketing and sale. So what are these? Marketing and sale is mean that your advertising. Do you do an advertising? Do you do Facebook ad to improve your business? And then the last one is after sales service. For example, the service is customer feedback. So for example, if you do a fried chicken, you can ask your customer that come every day, so you ask them for their opinion, what can you improve into the fried chicken. Then let's move to the support activities. Support activities is separated into four, which is most of it related to a department. So there are four of it, which is film infrastructure, then human resource management, product technology and development, and then procurement. So for the film infrastructure, it is like an accounting, financing, and management. So I think that's all for me. And this is about chapter 2. And then it's about your strategy, using a strategy in ISP 500 to improving your business. I hope that by knowing this strategy, it can help you guys in the future. I don't, maybe some of you that watch this blog want to run a business, so you can always use this strategy to improve your business. So that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.